Good day, everybody. June 10th, Wednesday. And good news, we are already on chapter 4 of this book, And chapter 4 is about you and your spiritual life. Let me read to you topic number 1. Another king has fallen. June 26, 2009 was a sad day for me. The world lost two famous personalities, Charlie's Angels Farrah Fawcett and the King of Pop, Michael Jackson. Cable news channels all over the world focused on the celebrities' deaths, although Fawcett's death was overshadowed by Jackson's. The first thought that entered my mind was that another king has fallen. Elvis Presley was the king of rock and roll. Michael Jackson was the king of pop. And both had many other similarities. Both had worldwide fame, record-breaking, fast-moving, super-selling records and songs. But both were extremely lonely. Only their fans kept them alive and energized. The 50-year-old pop superstar died from cardiac arrest. But Jackson's former wife, Lisa Marie Presley, they were together for just 20 months, posted the following statement titled, "He Knew," on her MySpace blog the day after the singer's death. Years ago, Michael and I were having a deep conversation about life in general. I can't recall the exact subject matter, but he may have been questioning me about the circumstances of my father's death. At some point, he paused. He stared at me very intensely, and he stated with an almost calm certainty, "I am afraid that I am going to end up like him," the way he did. I promptly tried to deter him from the idea, at which point he just shrugged his shoulders and nodded almost matter of fact, as if to let me know he knew what he knew, and that was kind of that. And then Lisa Marie Presley talked about their brief relationship. That it was never a sham, that it was her trying to help Jackson out of himself, away from the leeches surrounding him, and finally ended with these sad words. The world is in shock, but somehow he knew exactly how his fate would be played out someday more than anyone else knew, and he was right. People always say the nicest things in eulogies when the person being praised is already dead. I can't forget that scene when Jackson's brother had to face the cameras to announce Michael's death. In the announcement, he said something that really stung. "Where were they yesterday?" Meaning, where were all these people? Were there lovely words when Michael was still alive and when Michael needed their help? It's a cruel world we have, isn't it? I remember listening to an interview of Elvis' brothers long after Elvis had passed away. The brothers said that inside the real life of Elvis, hidden from the public view, Elvis was an extremely lonely man. His fear was that one day, people would no longer recognize or remember him. Both kings, both adored worldwide, both successful in the eyes of the world and in its standards, both lonely and both dead. And just like you and me, both will be forgotten over time. I was so sad that day as I stared at the TV monitor for more than an hour. Both kings were gone. I've had this suspicion that has strengthened over the years. Each man goes back to dust. Unto dust we shall all return. And inside the heart of every person, There will always be an existential struggle, but that heart has a God-shaped vacuum that can only be filled with the presence of Christ. For Christ is the eternal contemporary, and Jesus alone is the King. Our trust in Him as personal Lord and Savior gives us the certainty that every soul longs for. The world appreciates the contributions of these artists. But how I wish the world knew how they could be with the one and true King for all eternity. Hope on today's reading on this topic number 1 of chapter 4, Another King Has Fallen, we were able to learn that life is precious. And we have to love ourselves and be ready all the time, because we wouldn't know when we'll be going to the Lord. Just pray. Let us just pray and ask God's guidance for enlightenment, safety, and of course, healing of our soul. And to take care of us every time, every minute of our time. So take care always. God bless. Have a wonderful day. See you again tomorrow. The topic number 2 is, or the title is, As Long as I Am Happy. See you. God bless. Take care.